Good morning. Welcome to
Family Math number 20.
Family Math number 20. Can you believe we've done 20 Family Maths?
Wow.
What was your favorite one so far?
The first one, the paper folding
The
one.
paper folding one?
Yeah, that was fun.
How about you, sweetie?
The same.
The same one, the paper folding one? Yeah, that was actually a really fun one. Okay, today we're going to learn about measuring angles. And we bought this special little device at the grocery store yesterday. I guess I'm going to have to zoom in on it. And this is called, what is this called?
A protractor.
And what do you use it for?
Measuring angles.
Measuring angles. And what you do is, if you have an angle that you want to measure, maybe a line goes up like this. Oh, I didn't do that very well, did I? And a line goes across like this. What you do is you take your protractor and you put this little dot right at that intersection. And you line it up on the line, and then can you tell me what that says right there? It's a little hard to see, but can you read what it says?
90.
90. So that tells us that this angle right here is 90 degrees. And we can do this for any angle that we want to measure. Okay, so we can actually, if you wanted, we could go around the house and measure angles. Where do you think you usually see 90-degree angles, little sharp corners like that?
On the tables.
On tables, yeah, that's one place. Where else do you see 90-degree angles sometimes?
On chairs.
On chairs, yeah.
Square.
On a square, yeah. Actually, we have, here, look at this. We just happen to have a little piece of Lego right there that has some 90-degree angles on it. That was handy to have nearby. Okay, so that's actually pretty neat, but sometimes we see other shapes, and maybe we might wonder, what are those angles? Okay? So, you can get your protractor, and you can get your protractor from, we got this. Where did we get this? At the grocery store, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can go measure angles. So I was gonna have us go outside and actually measure some angles, but then it was a little too difficult to figure out how to do that. So I printed this out.
Octagon.
Okay, do you know what this thing is called?
It's a stop sign.
Yes. So we are gonna measure the angles in a stop sign. Now whoa, sorry, the camera's too zoomed in. Which angle do you wanna measure?
This one right here.
That one over there? Does that sound good? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'll slide the camera over and try to zoom in on that angle. Okay. Go ahead, put your protractor down there. Sorry about jiggling the camera around. Little hard to see, I know, but we'll give it a shot. Let's make sure we got it lined up exactly right. Okay.
Looks like about 135.
135. It's in between 130, that number 130, and 140. So we'll call that 135. Okay. Okay, so that's interesting. The angles in a stop sign are 135 degrees. The angles in a square are
90.
90. Do you want to measure an angle, sweetie?
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you want to measure?
I want to measure this one.
Okay, which corner do you want to measure? This one or this one?
This one.
That one? Okay, great. So put the protractor on there. Let's see, what do you think that one's going to be? Think it's going to be the same as the other one?
Yep.
Can we get it on there? Yeah, we can. Okay, so let's get it lined up just perfectly. And over here are our numbers. What two numbers is that in between?
In between
Can you read that?
130
130
and 140.
Okay, so what do we guess that angle is right there?
135.
135. Well, that's very interesting. Okay, so we have the angles. It looks like the angles in a stop sign are 135 degrees. So we just learned that the angles in a square are 90 degrees. The angles in a stop sign are 135 degrees. And I'm going to show you some other ones. If you have a shape where all the sides are the same, all sides all angles the same. In a triangle, do you know what it's called? What, the special kind of triangle that has all sides and all angles the same?
Equilateral.
That's called an equilateral triangle. The
No.
angles are 60 degrees. In a square, the angles are 90 degrees. Do you know what the name of the shape that has 5 sides is?
Pentagon.
Do you know what the name of that is?
It's a pentagon.
Pentagon, yeah. Okay. I wonder what the angles in a pentagon are. I just don't know.
Where can you find a pentagon?
Yeah, we'd have to go measure it. And then, do you know what a 6-sided figure is called?
It's a hexagon.
Hexagon, very good. How did you know that term?
Well, I have some hex bugs at home.
You have something called hex bugs?
Yeah.
Are they pretty fun?
Yeah, and the base plates have 6 sides, and I'm guessing the hex is abbreviated for hexagonal.
Yeah, hexagon. Very good. Well, in a hexagon, the angles are 120 degrees. I'm just going to tell you that, but you can measure it. You can go up and get your hex bugs and you can measure the angles in the hexagon. And then we measured, do you know what the name of the stop sign shape is that has 8 sides? Do you know?
It's an octagon.
That's called an octagon. So an octagon has angles that are 135 degrees. So that's pretty fun. So how much did that protractor cost? Do you remember? Was it like $1?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a little less even?
Yeah, maybe a little more.
Maybe a little more? No, it was about $1. So you can get one of these protractors and you can go measure angles and things in the house. And we found that chairs have those sharp angles that are 90 degrees, and our Lego did. And then we found some stop signs. What were the angles in a stop sign? Do you remember?
There. 135.
135. Very good. All right, so let's go find some angles, more angles to measure, okay?
Okay.
Yes. Good job, guys.